So after getting the car running last Sunday, I was able to focus on the rest of my wiring and getting my coolant hoses and heater core hoses routed. So that's what I did today. I got the engine harnesses back on and routed the way I want. I have it coming through the firewall below the heater hoses. And then it's coming out from behind the heater core, and I'll have the computer sitting inside the box there. So I got a lot of wiring mess to tidy up still. The only thing I have left to wire under the dash now is the heat and AC system itself. I just finished running the coolant lines. So what I've got here for my coolant system is the Mustang's diffuser radiator and fan combo. I decided not to do the expansion tank. I have this line capped off, the steam port capped off, and I'm running a traditional style overflow tank. So I just have a hose coming off of the top of the radiator and down to the bottom. And then I actually have a bracket down there to mount the drain hose. It's just not bolted on right now. So for the actual heater hoses, I'm using the Old Air incorporated hurricane system for the heater core. And they have this bypass valve. So when the heat is completely turned off, the valve goes this way and your coolant can still continue to flow. And then when you have the heat turned on, it opens this way and it allows it to go through the heater core. So there was no need to run the H pipe that Vintage Air offers for this setup. And I gotta tidy this up a little bit, and I still have to get some clamps, but I was just trying to rough everything in, and I was able to tuck the valve down behind here where you're not gonna see it. I'm using the factory 11 to 20 driver and passenger side Coyote hoses, and then on the end here I just cut it off. The driver side is actually a 5/8 hose, so I didn't need an adapter. It slides right onto the valve. The passenger side is a 3/4 inch hose, so I have it routed down. It's a little tough to see, but I actually have a 5/8 to 3/4 inch adapter, and I necked it down to 3/4 inch to go into the valve. The actual heater core side, local auto parts store, I just kind of dug through the rack and I found these two L-shaped pieces of hose, and they worked out perfect to tuck right around the corner. And I have one of them, actually both of them, are looping down and then back up and around because they have to hit this side of the valve. So one of them there wasn't much room, so I put a 90-degree fitting in to drop it down rather than have two long curves in it. And I think that's gonna end up working out pretty good. So I'll post some pictures up of how it looks with the engine cover, but everything is covered, so you don't see any of this. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll just snap it on so you can see. Let me grab the cover here. So that is with all of the wiring and all of the coolant lines run. I got the look I was going for, just a nice clean looking setup. There's not a lot of things hanging out or sticking out to mess up the engine bay. Now all I have left to run is my AC lines, which I plan on putting 90s here and coming out, and actually running the lines up in here out of sight as well, and then just bring them straight through down to the ports on the compressor. So you'll only see a little bit coming through the wall, but this whole area will be wide open then, nice and clean, and getting closer. So thanks for watching.